Hi, everybody. This is Tom, and today I want to talk to you about social media and the droves of people leaving Instagram and Facebook. I see your reasons, but I want to talk to you about, are your decisions based on political stuff, and are the new social media platforms you're joining going to satisfy? And then I want to bring up some things that are not social media and they come right into your email, which might be easier for you. So people are leaving Facebook and going to Blue Sky, and that is great. Sorry, this topic makes my nose itch because it makes me uncomfortable. Um, Leave if you want to. It just depends on what you need. Facebook has been around for so long, it's built up this huge mass of people. And what I think people are going to be leaving is the sort of community boards kind of thing. Do you know what a community board is? You may have seen it in past where I have this problem or I have this thing to sell. Um, Kind of like Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist or whatever you use in your country. And the Facebook groups are actually really good. And some of the ones I belong to, I see amazing things, and they have so many posts per day. The one I saw this morning was, "Hey, I'm in Florida, and it turns out we're doing Little Shop of Horrors, and the shipping for renting the Audrey doll, the dolls, but the Audrey puppets has become astronomical for some reason. So, is there anyone within our area of, say, 200, 500 miles where I could drive to, rent them from you, or purchase them and just pick them up? That would be easier for the long haul." And there were, 5 answers within a day, which is great. And the one answer that made me laugh was like, I was so stressed out by doing the show, which has come off very well, that I didn't know what I was going to do with these things after I was done because we don't really have the storage for such massive props that really can't be used in any other show. Okay? So I was looking for a place. And that is the beauty of these groups. And I hope the new place you're going to with social media has groups for theater that talk about these things. These groups are sharing resources, which is so important. Instead of just throwing things away, they're sharing resources. They're saying, I need this, I need that. Um, itchy, itchy, weird subject. Um, do you have this? I have need. Now, maybe some of these groups are just sort of for particular areas. I think that it really works very well, one of the groups, for mostly the eastern portion of the United States. But I see people on there from Ireland, from Scotland, from France saying, I have this thing. I'm coming to this place. It's a very special thing. May I sell it to you? Or on down the line. Our show is touring, and we need to dispense of these props and costumes in the place that it's our destination. We don't want to ship them back. That's a really good one. And it really goes to show you can be in Scotland and you can be receiving props that were used in the south of France, and they're new to your area. No one's going to see them. No one's going to say that you copied because you haven't. And you're recycling, which is great. Now, if you don't really care about being in a Facebook group, okay. And you should do what you need to do to make your conscience, okay with your conscience about these mega social platforms. But I do hear other people say, I feel so out of touch with theater, what do I do? And that's when I think you should join these two different, uh, not groups, but online newspapers that come into your email, and you can read them as you see fit. The first one is the Onstage blog. It is full of extremely good writing. I really enjoy all their articles. And some are longer than others, but they're all pretty palatable. I mean, I've never spent more than 20 minutes reading one. In fact, I spent about 10 minutes reading one, and they're always really good and incisive and just thoughtful. And it comes out every few days, probably every day, um, depending on the season. And it just comes into your email, and you can read it like an online newspaper and just go from there. It's incredible. I'll do the link in the description. It's just really, really good. And it's wonderful to see a group of people from this publication that really care and really want to impart information to you about the current state of theater that we're living in. And it has a huge gamut of topics, which is great. I can find basically any topic I'm thinking about in this. Now, they're still on Facebook, they're still on Instagram. Maybe you're not. Okay. And you just get the email in your inbox, and that's where you go. Perfect. Okay. The other one is the Stage UK. Now, depending on where you are living, maybe this doesn't apply to you, but it's pretty global. And let's face it, all theater people seem to go on holiday and go see shows. So, and a lot of us from the Americas, South America, Central America, Canada included, we go to London to see shows. We go to the UK, to Scotland, to Ireland, to everywhere in that part of the sort of northern part of Europe and the UK to see shows. We're seeing shows in Belgium, Holland, Denmark, wherever. And we're very curious about tours. This has more, this also has variety in this online newspaper. And they have wonderful pictures. And they even have a jobs section, which is great. And sometimes there's critical reviews. Sometimes there's updates on what's happening with theater education in universities. There's a lot of update recently about what the government is doing in the UK and their problems with, being a nation that subsidizes some theaters and some education. It's very interesting. And it also talks about closures, which is important to know because it's happening all over the world, and new plays. For instance, I had a friend in Philadelphia who was looking for a particular show, and I had just read a week ago that show, which was done by an American playwright who also teaches at a Ivy League university, had done a show in London with the Royal Court Theatre. Now, why wasn't his piece available to do now, 2 years later? Well, the Royal Court Theatre, they're the ones that paid for it. They commissioned it, so they have jurisdiction over it for a little while until it becomes available to the wider world at large. So I wouldn't have known that unless I've been reading the Stage UK. Okay? So it affects more of us in other countries than you think. And unlike Onstage Blog, which is free, the Stage UK has a monthly fee of like £3, $5, something like that. And I think it's well worth it. There's so much in their archives. There's so much stuff, especially if you're at a theater anywhere in the world that is looking for new, interesting pieces or pieces coming down the pike. This piece sounds interesting. I'm going to follow this new piece and see whether in a year, 2 years, it is available for my theater to do because I think it sounds interesting. I like this topic. It might sell well. I know for myself that I, as an American sounding dual citizen, that I am hired to do American plays in Europe and the UK. Because we as a nation there's a lot of us. We produce a lot of work and back and forth. We do in the United States and Canada, we do a lot of plays and musicals that started in the UK, in France, in Italy, wherever. There's a lot of transferring. So those of you that are older that are going, meh, it's the digital age. You've had many years to get used to it. So realize that there's a lot more exchange happening than there was before. And maybe for your theater, no matter where you are, it is interesting to have a new play that's proved itself across the pond, on the continent, whatever term you want to use. And it will sell like crazy in your area because it's already proved itself elsewhere. And it's not overly done in your country. It just depends. So I'm going to link on Stage Blog and the Stage UK in the description below. See if they work for you. Maybe that's your answer. Maybe these new social media platforms will be like Facebook groups for theater, and you can move on to the next one or stay with the old one. Up to you. I have no opinion for the first time. All right, that's my 2 cents for today. Please like and subscribe, and we'll talk again. Thanks.